Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's live sound bath and a sound healing on how to let go. So, if you have anything that you would like to let go, make a list of it because we're going to deal with that today. How did this come to me? Well, every theme for every week comes to me a little before the session, and this morning when I was having my cup of tea, I realized that I was letting go of my past to recreate a future. I'm at the cusp of creating something completely different in my future life, and that's where I started to think about how can we let go, and what are the methods that we use that I have used to start to let go of my past and recreate a future. So I saw this visual of a person walking towards a future linear timeline, which is not linear, but just to understand it, maybe I saw it that way. And there's like super glue, like a very jelly kind of a glue that is pulling this person back. And these are different kinds of strings that are coming to the person, and the person is trying really hard to move forward and recreate and trying to manifest and be positive and all of that. I think I'm going to burn my hair. But they're starting to do all of that, but the past is pulling them back like glue, like really, really thick glue. It may not just be the ways we talk about letting go. It could be some relationships that we've let go in the past, some people we may have lost as they may have transitioned from life to another life or another universe. And it could also be letting go of our cultural strings. It could be letting go of stuff that has held us back in terms of belief systems that are not valid anymore, that don't hold any support for you in the life that you're creating in your future. And then I saw this kind of a golden spiral and a couple of golden spirals coming on this person's head, and this person moving towards a future that was anchored by the person's higher self. And that the stuff in the front was like then non-linear. It was like 180 degrees sideways, up and down, and maybe some angles in between, but I couldn't see them. This person was able to see ahead with all of these possibilities and in a very free way. So it won't take too much effort. So what I understand is it may not take too much effort for a person to go from where they are to where they want to be if there's the absence of that glue. So let's talk about the glue and how to let go of it. Some of it is stuff that we may not even know is holding us back. It could be some attachments we may have picked up when we were children, or some beliefs and unconscious habits that we have through generations of passing them on to us. So if you're watching this later, please make a list of something that you would like to let go today. We'll start, I think today the sound transmission is going to be tonal, and there may be some instruments and language that may come through. So let's begin. So wanted to be here with us today are these lovely red roses, these lilies. And the lilies are really on a transition from, I had cleaned them in the morning, so this is the new stuff. So I see that there is death and rebirth. I can see that in my flowers as well. We have the lovely white dragon. We have Sai Baba. And we have this lovely lamp that has been with me for over 1.5 decades. And it is the most miraculous object that I hold. So let's begin. Think of, as you think of this one thing that you would like to let go, it's okay if you change it as we go, because your mind, your heart will take you exactly where you need to go. All right, I'll just do my little prayer, grounding, and then we'll begin. So some of you may already know, when I get into a channeling state, um, I'm able to channel language of light through my language, through tones, as well as through musical instruments that I may not have known how to play in the past. And my favorite one is kalimba. We may also use other instruments like the handpan, and I also have I have a singing bowl with me. This comes straight from the Himalayas, and I have this lovely bell. I also have a Jewish harp, and it's also a very interesting instrument. I'm going to keep it aside, so if I'm called to use it, I will use it as well. I can feel like a lot of clearing around the throat and the chest area. As you come to this space of nothingness, we now start to create a future without the glue sticking us back. We have these beautiful, transparent rainbow wings instead that allow us to fly with freedom and grace into a future that is going to be every present, every now, in a beautiful, glorious, and abundant wholeness. Allow yourself to feel this, because you deserve it. You're worth it. It is all yours. The creation is because of you, and you are a part of the creation. Nothing can exist the way it does without you. And so you don't need any baggage, any strings, however beautiful, however long they may have been with you. They don't need to be with you anymore. Let them go. And if you physically need to release them through any movement, allow that too. And now we create a future with a little bit of kalimba that I play. And if you have any thoughts, please add them in the chat. Hi, Jess. Thank you so much for being a part of this transmission, and I hope that this can truly create a path for you to ease your way into the future and live fully into the present. The past is also a present, because a past is also a gift that leads us to the present, and so receiving the present from the past, we fly with the wings that it gives us into possibilities and into the future. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.